You know, for many years, we've heard the term artificial intelligence, but it's usually in the context of some kind of science fiction. Obviously, that has changed. Not only has the technology arrived, millions of people are already using it in their daily lives. And there's a growing consensus we will not be going back. And many aspects of our lives will be undergoing profound and permanent change. Our guest this evening is from Ireland, but he's in Halifax at the moment to bring attention to a major conference on the topic of AI coming up in the city, coming up in Belfast in the spring. And we're happy to welcome Máirtín Ó Muilleoir to the program. I want to thank you so much for coming in tonight. Really appreciate it.
Well, Bruce, thank you. It's great to be back in the great city of Halifax. Of course, Belfast and Halifax are bonded forever by history and heritage. The Titanic dead were brought here, and that always kept us close. Your former Premier, John Savage, born in Belfast, former Mayor, current Lieutenant Governor, born in Belfast.
You're giving all of us a history lesson.
But now we have a more important connection because technology is now linking us. So let's get to that.
Yeah, let's get to that. So tell us about the conference coming up in May. This is ACON Halifax. What is that?
So it's really important that we make sure that artificial intelligence works for us. And everyone is afraid of artificial intelligence, but in fact it's just another tool. And what we need to make sure is that we deploy it in a way which is a benefit to us. So not only for big internet companies to make money, but to provide better elder care, to provide better health care, in this part of the world, very important to support minority languages. There are many things that AI can do if we deploy it in a responsible, ethical way. And AICon Halifax is building on an international brand that we started in Belfast. We have a large AI conference there. We also organise a conference in Silicon Valley every year. But now we want to pivot towards Canada, because Canada, there's been some trouble here in North America recently, and Canada's looking east, and we're always looking west. So why not try and rebuild that bridge that the Savages started, that John and Mike started between Halifax and Belfast with this conference?
So the Irish conference just wrapped up last week, I understand, divided into two basic themes, starting with AI now, followed by AI next. What kinds of things were attendees hearing about at the conference?
Well, what we're hearing primarily is that we have the ability to create AI which serves the people. So Belfast is now a technology centre. 30 years ago, Belfast was the byword for bombs and trouble. It's been transformed by a miraculous peace process, and we now have a really strong technology sector. And the leaders of that sector were able to say how they are attracting international jobs. Bank of America just announced another 1,000 jobs for Belfast, and that's because we are making sure that our young people who are already software engineers, that they're trained in this new AI revolution. So that's AI today, but AI next has to be autonomous cars. It has to be finding ways to increase the number of jobs, not to decimate jobs. How do we make sure that when companies around the world are looking where to invest, you want to make sure when they say they want to invest in Halifax that you have the talent that is trained up in AI to make a real difference. So
it's not just the jobs, though, as you know, and you kind of alluded to this earlier. There's the ethical aspect to all of this. How do we ensure that AI going forward has the safeguards to protect us from machines who might think eventually that they don't need us anymore?
Well, I think we'll have to part ways with the American way. The American model is it's just freewheeling. It's a Wild West. They do whatever they want.
Sure.
In the EU, they have an AI Act. They have AI regulation. And they're saying to companies, there are certain things you must do. These tools must not be able to create deep fakes. They must not be able to destroy communities. They must not be able to encourage young people to self-harm. There are very basic regulations. And Europe is saying that we can be a world leader. The European Union is saying they can be a world leader in AI, but have it regulated, make sure it works for people. In the US, they have a slightly different approach, and I think that Canada is finding its way in the AI world. It's certainly going to be part of the AI club because of your technology prowess. But I think also Canada wants to move more towards AI working for people rather than people working for AI.
Right, although, as you say, there would be a big loophole there until the Americans get on board as well.
Well, even yesterday, the European Union was saying they don't want to be dependent solely on AI companies from America. So what Europe has to do, it has to have data centers. I can't think of a better place on the globe to build data centres than Nova Scotia, with your ability to have renewable energy, which of course the data centres need.
Midwest, sure.
And America, of course, is a great centre of innovation, a great centre for capital. It is where the big AI companies, the Anthropics, the OpenAI are based. But the rest of us have to have a say in this as well. And I think we need to really stand up as sovereign nations, as sovereign countries, and say that we will decide how AI is deployed in our societies and in our communities. Could we want to make our communities stronger? And the lesson from the internet revolution is that there were a lot of downsides from that we weren't told about.
Sure.
And we want to avoid that. So let's work a way forward with the AI companies as well. But let's make sure we get a way forward that brings the full benefits of AI in every aspect of our lives, but doesn't destroy or undermine the strong communities we're building up.
I have about 30 seconds left. I understand, and you've kind of alluded to this as well, you believe that this conference will help bring our cities even closer together.
Well, absolutely, and it's for the entire region. We hope people from across Nova Scotia will come to this conference on the 20th of May next year, learn about what's happening in AI, but also shine a spotlight on the possibility to reignite the bonds between Belfast and Halifax as two great technology cities.
Are tickets available yet?
Not yet, but we're having a luncheon tomorrow in the Art Gallery in Nova Scotia to launch the event, and they'll be available next week.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bruce, thank you.
Really interesting conversation. Máirtín Ó Muilleoir is a well-known journalist, author, and politician from Ireland, in the region, of course, to make people aware of that big conference coming up in Halifax next spring. ACON Halifax takes place May 28th of next year. Okay, stay with us. We'll be right back.